Hello, it is Wednesday, July 26, 2023, and today is the day that Mohegan Sun announced on their tribal land they'll be offering deliveries of electric vehicles from Tesla starting this fall. The construction's already begun today, announcing that they're converting one of their Mohegan Sun mall retail locations into a Tesla showroom. But again, more important news is finally, for the first time, a direct sales company like Tesla, and hopefully in the future, companies like Rivian and Lucid will now see this happening and realize, ooh, this is a creative way to legally sell EVs in Connecticut from direct sales companies like Tesla or Rivian or Lucid or many others that are coming, including Ford and Volvo, which have clearly stated their intent to go to a direct sales model. They are tired of huge markups, dealerships hurting their sales of their EVs. Again, I'll just say that. Ford F-150 Lightnings, when they first went on sale, were jacked up, crazy prices at local dealerships, hurting Ford and the people that work at the factory in Detroit. They're not getting any of that profit, just the dealerships did. So ancient and antiquated laws that were meant to be keeping Ford, say, from opening a direct sales dealership right next to a family-owned dealership, those antiquated laws were repurposed conveniently by the car dealers of Connecticut and other states to try to keep their profits flowing, their markup on vehicles, especially when they're new and hot and just came out. I, for one, am very relieved that now people don't have to drive so far. Let's say you live in Connecticut and you're buying your first electric car, say a base Model 3 at $38,000, and it actually has some Connecticut and incentives, so you can bring the price down even further. Let's say you need your parents or a friend to drive you out of state to Mount Kisco, probably over an hour drive for anyone near where I am, near Hartford. That's just a baby step, though. The point is, it's a little embarrassing, all right? I'll just come out. That's my kind of initial impression today. You have other states seeing, yes, there's, electric vehicle dealers all over various states. Those are very EV-friendly states. Let's go ahead and do business there and open up service shops and delivery locations. But our state, the only one, is going to be Milford Service Center and casino, Mohegan Sun, with a tribal land with a delivery center and some test drives, and maybe eventually a service center. We'll see. Their press release hints at that local employees, meaning folks that are from Mohegan Sun or employees there, might get trained up and have some technical skills. That kind of hints of maybe eventually a service center. So again, that's awesome that this is happening. It's better than what we had, which was nothing, and over 10 years of various advocacy groups, including EV Club of Connecticut, working hard to try to get a law passed, despite testifying year after year. The last minute, these bills never made it to law. Everyone who voted or gave their testimony publicly at these various hearings was for direct sales. Many of them already owned an electric vehicle, like me. I've had mine for 4.5 years. And frankly, when I got it, it was the only viable choice to drive from Washington, D.C., Maine, everywhere else in between. And it's been a huge blessing for business travelers like me, and it was an excellent supercharging network, especially here in New England. So all that is to say, the states that do not or prohibit direct sales of electric vehicles, like what's fast on track to be the world's at least the United States' number one selling car this year, it's a little hard to argue that their sales model of direct sales, where they set a price for the whole United States, and then people place their order online, they take delivery locally, it's a little hard to argue that that was somehow in the consumer's interest to keep that kind of business out of the state of Connecticut. It's just weird, right? What does that signal to a more youthful engineer on where they should settle down someday? Would they pick a state that is more friendly to EVs, like, say, neighboring Massachusetts? Highly educated state. So you can tell I'm a little frustrated and happy. I have mixed feelings about this news. I do hope it leads to better things, where finally dealers realize, this is me being an optimist, dealers realize the sky isn't falling and business is good, even with some direct sales companies mixed in the state. And then finally open their eyes to, oh, yes, Ford and others are trying to have me adopt a more streamlined model, say, of pick the price online and come in and deliver it locally, adding value at that experience. I don't know. It's all going to shake out. There's going to be some carnage in some companies that just haven't woken up yet or scaled or barely made a dent making EVs. With lots of companies with their head in the sand, like an ostrich. So I fear for that, because that's not good for some of those companies that are laggards. But EVs are coming. I was just in California last week. It couldn't be more obvious how far behind New England and specifically Connecticut is as far as how many EVs I see driving around. And yeah, that's just my 2 cents worth. Hopefully you found this video valuable. If you found this kind of thing valuable, and you can also see a link to my article in the description below this YouTube video, I really appreciate comments. People can have different opinions. CT Mayer did a great job publishing an article late today with differing opinions, including those of dealerships. Kind enough to quote me and my thoughts as a, EV driver who's admittedly biased and has a very successful 4.5-year EV ownership experience. So I encourage you to click thumbs up or subscribe. That helps enormously for other people to see this video. That's it. That's all I'm asking. I know a lot of people ask that, but it's gotten increasingly difficult as an independent blogger who holds no shares in Tesla or any other tech company or electric vehicle company to keep going with a hobby of writing about stuff I think about. So thank you so much for your time, which is a very precious thing that you can't buy more of. I really appreciate your watching this through to the end. Bye for now.